What's up, everyone? I didn't have the time to make a reaction video yesterday about the Joshua vs. Franklin fight. Right now, I'm rewatching the fight. I was at work yesterday, was just trying to keep attention to the phone and to my job at the same time. It was very hard to juggle both at the same time. But right now, I am rewatching it. I heard what the critics were saying. I saw on Twitter what people were saying. I listened to a couple reaction videos on the way back from work to home. And the way people were talking about the fight, it gave me vibes like Joshua struggled, like how Fury struggled against Valian, how like Callum Smith performed against John Ryder. It gave me those type of vibes, that fight could have went either way. Joshua looked like a lesser fighter. And right now, I want to break down as the fight goes through so I can give you live updates about what's going on. And early so far, I've watched the first round and a half, and I'm going to give you my breakdown for that, and then I'm going to take a pause, come back, and tell you more throughout the video. That's not what I'm seeing so far. And I heard that early in the fight is where Joshua struggled, and then later on is where he started to pick up. Joshua has implemented a great clinch game, as you guys can see on the screen right now. And people are saying, oh, he lost his killer instinct. Oh, he doesn't know how to fight. The last two long-reigning heavyweight champions of the world are Lennox Lewis and Vladimir Klitschko. Both guys fought behind the jab and the clinch. Look, Tyson Fury, he could retire at any time now. He's 34. He was a cocaine addict. He balloons up and went down. You never know when his body's going to break apart. And Anthony Joshua has been very disciplined throughout his career, has been very healthy throughout his career. He could reign until the late 30s, like Vladimir Klitschko and Lennox Lewis. So far, I think if he can fight behind the jab and the clinch, that'd be perfect for him. It might be boring, but if he wants to win, that's the way to win. Now, as you saw in the second sequence, the second picture right now up on the screen, he lands a combination. Obviously, I can't play the video because I get copyrighted by DAZN. He lands the combination that immediately clinches, and he's putting Jermaine Franklin in the headlock-like position to stop his movement. Now, in this next sequence, you see again Joshua holding. This time, Franklin landed a good right hand that seemed to have either broke the nose or caused a bleeding to the nose of Anthony Joshua. Joshua immediately reacted with a left hook and a right uppercut to the body, and then held on. And throughout the round, I've been seeing hard jabs land, very fast counters, and good body shots so far. So far, in my opinion, this is the best schooled Anthony Joshua I've ever seen in my life. I'm only through 2 rounds yet. Let's see. Yeah, so after rounds 3 and 4, I thought Franklin clearly won rounds 3, edged round 4. Could have went either way. I wouldn't be mad if you guys gave that to Joshua, but I thought he edged round 4. Joshua again showing a really good jab, clinching when Franklin comes in. Franklin, very quick fighter. Franklin, even prior to the Dillian Whyte fight, I was saying this guy's probably going to beat Dillian Whyte, maybe even knock him out. If he comes in shape, he knocks out Dillian Whyte. And this Jermaine Franklin, at this shape, much lighter, much quicker, much faster, this guy beats Dillian Whyte. Obviously, Joshua is a much bigger fight. Joshua's a better legacy fight for you, so you're going to be more hyped up, more motivated for Joshua. But so far, I think Joshua's performing very well. Many people seem to forget how Lennox Lewis came back after getting knocked out versus Oliver McCall. He was terrified. When he fought Ray Mercer, a much shorter fighter, much shorter fighter, out-jabbed him. Vladimir Klitschko, after he got knocked out by Lamont Brewster, go watch the Samuel Peter fight, the first one, and go watch the second one 5 years later. The first Samuel Peter fight, Vladimir Klitschko, every time Peter would throw anything, he would just go down. Just go down without any fight back. People seem to purposely forget the history of the sport. If Muhammad Ali was in this day and age, you guys would have wrote him off after the Joe Frazier and Ken Norton losses. That's just the truth. We all acknowledge that Alexander Usyk is one of the greatest fighters of all time. We all acknowledge that. So why do we judge Joshua very harshly for losing to him twice, when we acknowledge that he's one of the greatest fighters of all time? And it's not like the first fight he lost 9-3, the second fight he lost 7-5. It's not like he got shut out in both fights. Yeah, I don't want to rant too much. Let me continue the breakdown. Honestly, I had Joshua cruising the last 8 rounds. You might be able to give Franklin round 9 because he did land a really good right hand. I don't see what everyone was saying. What is Joshua supposed to do? Jermaine Franklin is a high-class fighter. I thought, and a lot of other people thought as well, he beat Dillian Whyte. Had he got the decision, Franklin would be an undefeated fighter. Franklin has never been stopped. Franklin is quick, good, durable. And frankly, he's the wrong guy to choose for a tune-up, because he's not a tune-up fighter. You see, he's in there with the top 10 and giving them tough nights. He's a good fighter. And Hatman, I haven't watched his reaction yet, but he said it before the fight. He said Jermaine Franklin is the wrong guy to bring in to look good against. He's hard to look good against. And truer words couldn't have been spoken. Franklin is a hard guy to dominate. And I think Joshua did dominate him. I thought, Franklin did have his moments, but I thought Joshua won almost every round. What is he supposed to do? I don't get it. What were you guys expecting? If you guys are expecting the old Joshua to come back, put him in it against Eric Molina and Dominic Brazil, you'll see the old Joshua. Put him in against Jason Gavern, Michael Sprott, Gary Cornish, you'll see the same exact performances. What do you guys expect? This is a top level. He can't fight the same way he was fighting back then. It wouldn't even make sense. I think a lot of you guys don't get it. Don't get world-class fighting. Don't get fighting guys in the top 15, top 20, top 25. It's different. The heavyweight division is a very deep division. Now put him in against Daniel Dubois. I think he knocked down Dubois straight out. I think he's more than a live dog against the top 3. Him and Deontay Wilder, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see him against Joe Joyce. I think making him fight Dillian Whyte next is the right approach. Getting him also out of volume would be a good approach. Out of volume was calling Joshua out. That's a good opponent for him. And then maybe one more guy before he steps back up and fights for a title. That typically be best if he gets 4 or 5 fights in before he gets back in the title picture. Gets his groove back, gets his mojo back. I think that'd be the best thing for him. Even though they chose the wrong guy. I heard also Hatman, he wanted Gerald Washington in as the opponent. And I would have agreed. That would have been a good opponent because he's a tall guy. He has beaten Robert Helenius before, so he has a decent resume. But we all know he's very limited. He looks built. He looks athletic. You can sell him to the public easily. And I think Joshua would have knocked him out very quickly. A good confidence booster. But hey, this is a better fighter than Gerald Washington. I just think the public are just being unfair. Because I really don't know. Tyson Fury, before the Deontay Wilder rematch, didn't look good once. Unless you want to count the Tom Shores fight. He didn't look good once. But he still came back. He still beat Deontay Wilder. I think guys got to give him a chance. He's coming off back-to-back defeat. He obviously had a mental breakdown in the Usyk rematch. Give him a chance. Let's see where he goes from here. And look, he came back quicker than Usyk. Usyk, the champion, hasn't come back yet. So you guys also got to put that in mind. And let's see if I think he's going to fight Dillian Whyte. And I think he's going to get an emphatic knockout against Dillian Whyte. That's my thoughts. Give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, subscribe to the video. And I know most of you guys aren't going to agree with me, but still, I think Joshua performed very well. I want to say it's a perfect performance. Of course, perfect performance would mean our first round knockout, but it was a very well performance. That's my thoughts. Siddiq Boxing out.